I am floored by how bad this take is. The title alone tells me everything. This guy just can't make substantive arguments for why a piece of media is ruined.
Greetings, Hellions. On the heels of the success of Deadpool and Wolverine, I think it's fair to say that Marvel at least looked like they wanted to change. We had the announcement of RDJ as Doom, whether you like that decision or not.
So you're implying that Marvel wanted to change from what you deem as bad, and your example is Robert Downey Jr. being casted as Doctor Doom, when that's literally a race swap in itself. Doctor Doom in the comics is Romani. He's not white. You literally complain about race swaps on your platform, and you're saying that a gender swap ruined Fantastic Four. We're not even a minute in, and Nerdrotic has already exposed a complete lack of sincerity in his own standards.
It did create fan interest. They brought back the Russo brothers, and there was a little bit of buzz about the Fantastic Four. I would say, to be as fair as possible, there was at the very least some optimistic curiosity. When the cast was announced, it ranged from pretty damn good, with Vanessa Kirby as the Invisible Woman, Joseph Quinn as the Human Torch, Ebon Moss-Bachrach as the Thing, and Ralph Ineson as Galactus, to the tolerable but inexplicable Pedro Pascal, who's cast in absolutely everything, as the smartest man in the Marvel Universe, Reed Richards, to the unquestionable awful choice of gender swapping the Silver Surfer played by Julia Garner. And full disclosure, that's a deal breaker for me. You're taking the Silver Surfer, one of my all-time favorite characters from one of my all-time favorite comic book runs, the Fantastic Four. As a lifelong comic book fan, I see this as a slap in the face, and I know Disney Marvel doesn't really give a shit.
You literally just acted like it was a good thing for Doctor Doom to be race swapped.
Cause hot damn, you wanna know what's a scam? Your fucking education, nigga, that's what the scam is.
But quite frankly, it's showing how much you give a shit about the story you're about to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on and put it all at risk. But what the hell, it's your money. As much as I want to retire the phrase the MCU, it's clear that Disney Marvel doesn't.
Okay, so even if you were correct and this was a problem with the Silver Surfer, that doesn't ruin the movie. The Fantastic Four are still characters on their own. If the villain sucks but the main characters are great, that doesn't ruin the movie. What a dumb argument.
And none of that was helped by making the major mistake of letting your adult pretenders open their pie holes, and we learned that the Fantastic Four First Steps makes politically charged MCU changes to characters centered on gender, politics, and masculinity. But how the hell would I know, or anyone know, if the female Silver Surfer was gonna look good or work or not? And how the hell would we know if the Invisible Woman was actually going to be a decent character or devolved into just another Disney Marvel girl boss, because we haven't seen anything until now?
Yeah, those two questions are worth asking because you don't have the final product. You don't know if the Silver Surfer will work in this movie. You don't know how they will characterize the Invisible Woman. So why are you saying this movie is ruined?
Because a full Fantastic Four trailer is dropped today, and well, I've got a little good news and a lot of bad news. But let's start with the good.
I'm not gonna play his praises of the trailer, as there's nothing I particularly disagree with or have a problem with here.
And now that we've actually seen her and heard her, it's worse.
Are you the protectors of this world? Your planet is now marked for death.
The Herald of the Mighty Galactus, Devourer of Worlds, sounds like Jan from accounting, and the CGI on the female Silver Surfer looks orders of magnitude worse than the Rise of the Silver Surfer, which came out in 2007. Hell, bring back Doug Jones, he's still around. But holy shit, this looks awful.
So the only points you've made against Silver Surfer, who supposedly ruins the movie, are that you don't like the voice and that the CGI is bad. Which is funny coming from a Daredevil Born Again fan. Now, I'm not going to act like the CGI in First Steps is perfect or that the voice was the best option they could have gone with. I think pointing out these imperfections is fine, but the movie as a whole isn't ruined by this.
But no, now we have to have, and this was pointed out by my good friend Chris Gore, two women conspiring to bring down Galactus, the female Silver Surfer and the Invisible Woman. Now, I love the character of Sue Storm. The Invisible Woman is the First Lady of Marvel, and I would have loved to have seen a Fantastic Four film with the entire family working together in egalitarian style. But it looks like a lot of the rumors are true, that this will be Sue Storm's movie, and you'll take this full-fledged female character from Marvel Comics and devolve her into just another Disney girl boss.
Notice how he said this was based on rumors. A movie is ruined because of rumors you heard on the internet? What an embarrassing qualifier. Do better.
Now we find out Sue is pregnant, obviously with Franklin Richards. Now, I doubt she'll be showing throughout the film, but it does lean into the weird thing that a lot of us have noticed in Marvel Comics, a Marvel movie, and even in Avatar. The pregnant warrior woman in battle. Is this an intersectional feminist power story or a male feminist fetish?
Where is that in the content they released? You're trying to argue that this movie is ruined. Prove your points.
I report, you decide. Suffice this to say, I don't have a lot of high hopes for this movie, not that I did before. Honestly, if you're going to introduce the Fantastic Four, do it with some lower level villains. Don't start with Galactus.
Why is that inherently bad? The first Spider-Man movie literally has the Green Goblin as the main villain. If they made that work, I don't see why this can't work in First Steps.
But if you are going to start with adapting arguably, oh hell, there's no argument about it. These are the 3 greatest comic books ever written or drawn. Fantastic Four 48, 49, and 50. The Coming of Galactus. You at least do it right.
Did you watch the movie? Is there some kind of time machine out there that I don't know about?
And of course, Disney Marvel can't. And it's not that they're incapable, it's that they're unwilling. They can't get their head out of the ass of agenda.
Look who's talking right now. Your entire form of criticism is agenda-driven.
And the fact that they won't even take the time to take the gender swap female Silver Surfer and make her look good is just horrible and hilarious. I mean, look at her. As she's announcing that she's coming to help destroy Earth, she's smiling.
Wait a minute. So your problem with the movie is that the villain smiled when making a threat towards people? Are you serious right now?
Though whatever goodwill Disney Marvel had after Deadpool and Wolverine, it has obviously been squandered by so many things, but this certainly doesn't help. And it looks like the Fantastic Four will be the 3rd highest grossing film in the month of July, and the future of the superhero film is looking grim.
This video is garbage. I'm floored by how bad the arguments are. This video isn't made in any good faith towards the film whatsoever. It's entirely built on his anti-woke agenda that he doesn't even hold to a consistent standard. That's all I got for now. Subscribe to the channel if you want more of these videos. Be sure to like it as well if you enjoyed it. That's all I got for now. See you later.